So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory. Dun 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 dun! Welcome back to another episode of the KARSDORP and Mourinho breakup. In today's episode, we'll discuss how KARSDORP has basically been added on the transfer list, and this could make an end to his journey at Roma. So stay tuned. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the stream. But obviously, before we get into the stream, I want to give a massive, and I mean absolutely massive congratulations to Morocco. For any Moroccan fans, for any people who live in Morocco, massive congratulations. Let this dream continue. And respect to Spain as well. I mean, those penalties were horrendous. The penalties which Spain took a few minutes ago were to the same level that the penalties that Japan took yesterday. They were really bad penalties, but Spain has my respect. You know, their manager has gone through a lot, and especially he's a manager which doesn't complain. He's a manager which accepts losses and accepts victories, just like a normal human being. And with all that he's gone through with his family and stuff, I think Luis Enrique deserves a massive round of respect. But yeah, I mean, massive respect to Morocco. They're going to face the winners of Portugal against Switzerland, which we will know who it is by tonight. So yeah, I mean, today we'll talk about KARSDORP, and this will most probably be the last KARSDORP episode, and obviously we'll talk about why. And I also want to speak about, I'm going to say a few things, I'm not going to get deep into it, about Solbakken and how Bodo Glimt are literally not giving Solbakken to us. I mean, yeah, Solbakken is a normal player. How Bodo Glimt are literally not handing Solbakken to Mourinho to train. And how basically I don't know what they're thinking. We'll get into that when we'll speak about that. But obviously, let's start with KARSDORP. Where do we start? It's been long. It's been a long journey when it comes to KARSDORP. It's been a very adventurous journey. Let's call it like that. We've gone through a lot with KARSDORP. KARSDORP has gone through a lot with Mourinho. Mourinho has gone through a lot with KARSDORP. We've gone through a lot. It feels like we're part of this. It feels like we're spy agents in the middle of this situation. And I genuinely feel we're coming to the end. We're coming to the conclusion. Now, we discussed how there were hopes of trying to reintegrate KARSDORP back in the team because of that doctor medical certificate which he could have handed out to the club. And obviously, if that was the case, then we talked about how it could be argued that Mourinho could give one last chance, you know, not considering the fact that KARSDORP had a psychological issue in the background of everything. I have a strong feeling Mourinho is not turning around on his opinion. And I also think it's poorly due to the fact that if he does turn around on his opinion, he will look like an absolute idiot. So I think KARSDORP got blasted out. Even if a medical certificate was there as an excuse, I think it would be ridiculous for Mourinho to go, oh wait, actually, after blasting him out, what I do want to say is, I'm actually reintegrating in the team. And this is definitely one of the reasons why I think Roma, Mourinho, and everyone have come up with a conclusion. I think for the sake of the club, to end the KARSDORP relationship as soon as possible, to not bring this any further, to not let this escalate anymore, for the sake of the future of the club, to not have any kind of consequences on this, and for Jose as well, for a human version of Jose to sound less idiotic, because I mean, it's kind of like blaming your friend and then you know that he's gone through a lot and then you're like, oh my god, what do I do? You see, so definitely it's one of the reasons. But another reason why I think KARSDORP hasn't been reintegrated, even if there were hopes of him reintegrating in the team, is that Jose's attitude has been clear. Jose's attitude has been decisive. Jose's attitude has been, yes, it could be argued harsh, but this is Jose since he managed Porto a few years ago. I mean, quite a few years ago. Jose is like this. It's his character, it's his personality. You learned from your mistakes, but you're not gonna, you see, you made him mad. Now you're not back in the team, and it's very simple. I mean, this is definitely going to be a message to to other clubs, to other players as well. You do not want to make these mistakes. You know my personality really well. I will congratulate you when there is something to congratulate you. But if I've got something against you, I'm gonna say it out loud. And this is essentially what happened with KARSDORP. Now, why am I saying that this KARSDORP conclusion is coming to an end? Well, as you can read from today's title, KARSDORP a few hours ago the club and himself probably have decided to put him on the transfer list. Now, this could be inferred. It could have been inferred the second that Jose blasted him out. But now it is confirmed. KARSDORP is on that transfer list. Now, however, there is one thing to talk about. There is one thing to mention, which Roma have made very, very clear. And this is a statement coming from Gianluca Di Marzio, which is, alongside Fabrizio Romano, a very, very reliable source. Roma have made it very clear. And I think they sat down after the team returned from Japan. They sat down. This is why this conclusion came up in these last couple of hours. They probably sat down with KARSDORP, with Mourinho, with his agents, and all of that. And they all decided, right, I think you don't want to play for us anymore after this happened. So obviously we'll respect this. We're going to sell you. And, KARSDORP respected this. The club respected this. But there is something which is very clear, which Roma have announced, which is, I'm only going to sell you on a permanent move. I will not accept any loans. And this is significant. This is definitely significant because it means that if a club wants him, you need to buy him. Roma have basically made it very, very clear that KARSDORP will not move on a loan. Now, again, this decision is definitely due to just the circumstances of the situation. You're kind of telling him, you want a team, you want to leave the club, you have to collaborate with us and find a team. And out of this, what does Roma get? Roma gets money, which will be invested in the transfer market. And especially what Mourinho gets from this is KARSDORP away from his balls. Because when you loan him out, he's technically still a Roma player. In the near future, he will come back if someone doesn't buy him permanently. And therefore, the problems which KARSDORP brings to the team will constantly haunt the team. Therefore, Mourinho's made it very clear. This is coming from Mourinho. Our relationship is gone, and I'm very sorry, I excuse and all of that, but you have to go. And you have to go on a permanent deal. And for the respect of myself, for the respect of the club, for the respect of the finances of the club, we will not accept any loan moves. This is also significant, and I think it's significant because Roma have established this price tag around 10 to 12 million euros. I think this price tag would have been 5 million, even 10 million euros higher if this situation would not have happened. I think it has been dragged down so much because this situation has happened. Because otherwise, KARSDORP is not worth 10 million euros. I'm sorry. I don't like KARSDORP as a player. I don't think he's nothing special, but he is not worth 10 million euros. If we bought Pastore a few years ago for almost like 17, it was a number with a 7 at the end. It was either 17 or 27 million euros. Then there is no way that KARSDORP is only worth 10 million euros. Because if we want to get as much profit from this, we would never set a price tag at 10 million euros for someone who, yes, is not the best of players, but has still won a European trophy last season and was a big part of that team as well. So I think the only negative note of this is that the price tag could have been higher. But obviously we can't hire that price tag because no one will buy KARSDORP after having exposed that he has a condition, a mindset, a psychological condition, after having been blasted by the manager, which is definitely telling other teams that he has toxic elements in him. Anyone who buys him, beware of this. There is no way that we could set that price tag higher. So in a way, I'm gutted, because if this situation wouldn't have happened and if we would have sold KARSDORP, then the price tag would have been around 20 million euros. But obviously, due to this, as a result of this, we can't do much. And in fact, selling him for 12 million euros is in fact quite a lot from us. So there are positive and negatives absolutely everywhere. But again, the situation has happened. The situation is now done. The bond between the manager and the player will not be reconstructed. If the player wants to leave, he has to find himself a team on a permanent move, because Roma is not selling him on loan. That is something which has been confirmed by many sources, many experts, and especially the board itself. So yeah, I'm done with this KARSDORP situation. If there was even gonna be a change of plan, then obviously expect a sequel to this series, let's call it that way. But I genuinely don't think there will be. I think this, if it won't be the last episode of this Netflix series, it will be the second to last. Because I just don't think he will be reintegrated back in the team. Which means that Roma will definitely think about buying his substitution in the January window. But yeah, I'm done speaking of KARSDORP. I'm kind of tired about speaking of KARSDORP as well. I really don't want this situation to drag any further. I've said this in the last live stream. The longest this situation goes, the more impacts it will have on the mentality of the team. Cut this down. We're not losing a massive player. Get over with it, and we'll just continue on to the next chapter without Rick KARSDORP in our team. Right. The second topic of today's live stream is Ola Solbakken and the way Bodo Glimt are treating us, because it feels to me like Bodo Glimt are treating us as slaves. And the only thing which comes to mind is that they're still a bit salty. Is that they're still a bit, you see this? Is that they're still a bit salty from that 4-0 defeat. So we are clearly seeing. In fact, before getting into this topic, if you haven't already, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and smash the like button. If you don't, this KARSDORP situation will continue. And if you don't smash that like button, KARSDORP will stay. I've said absolutely everything. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the like button if you haven't already as well. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing such an unprofessional side from Bodo Glimt. He has signed a contract for Roma, but technically, he is still a Bodo Glimt player. His contract with Bodo Glimt ends the 31st of December 2022. Mourinho has praised Bodo Glimt to let him go earlier, so that he can join the team in Portugal in a few weeks, train with the team, get to know the opponents, and just get with the team. Bodo Glimt, I don't know, it feels like they lost the Monopoly game against us. Or like, no, he's our player. I'm not going to give you Solbakken until the 31st of December. Until the 30th of December at midnight, 00.00. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, he's not your player anymore, just let him go. And it's something which makes no sense whatsoever. Because we have a player which has signed for a new club, but the team is not letting him go. It's not letting him train with the team. This situation, it really doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And what I think is I mean, it definitely dates back to that 4-0 win, 100%, and to the hypothetical death threats which have been launched to the Bodo Glimt. What was it? The manager? Yeah, someone like that. The manager. This situation went from snowballs to... This situation went from a humiliating defeat from us to snowballs against Tammy Abraham, to death threats in the tunnel, in the changing rooms, to an absolute comeback with a 4-0, and then it went on through us buying a player from them and them being very harsh against us because they basically don't want to speed things up. Oh my days, like, it's more complicated than the last Harry Potter film. What is going on here? Like, I don't know what Bodo Glimt is thinking. If they're salty with us, I am sorry, but it doesn't make sense because Solbakken is... You see, I would have understood this situation if Bodo Glimt have actually got matches to play in this period of time, so they want him back until his contract ends so that they have him in their team. But Bodo Glimt aren't playing any matches, as much as I'm concerned about. So it even makes... It further becomes more complicated to explain. Now, what has Jose done on the behalf of this situation? Obviously, Jose knows that Bodo Glimt isn't letting him go, so he has sent him diet routines, training routines, and the most important thing which he has sent Solbakken to study in these days is video clips of Mourinho's tactics, the way the team plays, and all of that. Not that we have massive tactics, which Solbakken has to be used to and adapted to, but yeah, you get the point. So yeah, I mean, he'll be a new player the 1st of January. Hopefully he'll be training as soon as possible with the team so that adaptation comes very, very fast. And, you know, we've seen how difficult it is for new players to adapt. Look at Belotti and look at other players as well. And I just think the earlier we have, the more adapted he is, the more impact he'll have throughout the season. And I just think Bodo Glimt is ruining our plans here. But yeah, I mean, obviously Christmas is gonna come. They're gonna have Christmas holidays. So by the time Christmas is over, Solbakken will be with us. That is definitely something to note down. Let's hope it's the last episode of the KARSDORP drama. What team is going to want to buy him after he says he's having a mental breakdown? That's a good thing. I know Juventus are interested in him. I know Bologna are interested in him, and this is in the Serie A. I know Olympique Lyon and Olympique Marseille are both interested in him when it comes to French teams. And other than that, I've just read these teams. His agent asked a public apology from Jose Mourinho. That's mad. Have an account on Twitter. You will add so much followers. I'll be honest with you, I've tried. I don't like Twitter as a platform. I really don't. I'll try again. I'll follow that. I'll definitely follow that. I can't get the word. That suggestion. But I've tried and I really don't like it as a platform. I don't know why, but I just always forget to post things on it. It's just something about it which I don't really like. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, please make sure to smash that like button, smash the red button down below. It's free of costs and it supports me a lot. I've been saying this for the past live stream. Stay tuned because in a few days I'll be announcing the Christmas giveaway, the first giveaway on the Roma Theory channel. So all you need to do right now is be subscribed to the channel, smash every live stream, smash the like button in every video, and turn the bell notifications on so you'll be notified every time one of the live streams or one of the videos will be out for you. And yeah, let me know in the comments, will this be the last episode of this saga? And yeah, also let me know your impressions on the Solbakken situation and what do you think Bodo Glimt is thinking, because I don't know what they are. I genuinely don't know what they're thinking. They ate too many salmons, that's why. But yeah, I will catch you soon. And Cristiano's not playing tonight, but Portugal is gonna go through. Yes, they are. Mark my words. I'll catch you soon. Simon, out.